Hello, hello. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in Shock, Night Shadow, Light Rod, Ferox, and Alpha Sushi, aka Carol. Carol, I believe you're up first if you are ready to play. Otherwise, we can get another match going. How is everybody? I am very ready for this weekend. All right. Let's get myself up here. Hope you're all doing well. I'm using a C- background remover here, but it is what it is. But yeah, tonight is Classic Score Attack night, so if anyone would like to play, this is open to all players, all skill levels, all platforms, so be sure to join our Discord at discord.gg/enhance, which I'll plug in the chat right now if you want to play, and do not be shy. Anyone can participate. These are... nothing is on the line for Community Showcase. So whether you're looking for practice, just want to chill, hang out, play some no frills, no skill rating attached Tetris, this is your place. Oh, there we go. But up first, we should have Carol versus Shock. If Carol is ready to play, I see Carol in Twitch chat. Carol, if you are ready, you can open up the Discord and you can help us kick things off here. Oh, let me get a room code for Ferox bot. All right, no rush. I gotta get the lobby set up here. Anyways, but yeah, we'll be doing first one classic score attack, and of course, if we have some early top outs, we can do a bonus game. Because classic score attack of all game modes is very prone to early top outs, so we won't cut you off too early. Also, I don't think we have too many matches tonight, so we can go at a somewhat leisurely pace here. I say that, but we always have people joining midstream, so. All right, lobby is just about ready. But what's everyone up to this weekend? Is anyone playing any new video games? So Carol and Shock, I just tagged you with the room code. Oh yeah, and feel free to discuss with your opponent what speed levels you're comfortable with. Yes, if you're on Quest 3, you can play. Actually, I have my Quest 3 right here. I guess I technically... That'd be kind of fun. I should do a VR stream at some point. Going to a wedding tomorrow. Nice. All right, looks like Carol and Shock are in here. When you two are ready, I'm ready. 65 hours in Factorio. I know I'd like that game, but maybe that's part of the reason I don't play those games so much, Light Rod. I just got this game from Truant Pixel, friends of Enhance, called Rogue Flight. Which I recommend checking out. Reminds me of like a Star Fox thing. I'm going to boot it up this weekend for the first time. It's kind of like geared for Steam Deck, if that makes sense. But here we go. Carol on the left, Shock on the right to kick off our community showcase. Maybe they're discussing their levels. There's Factorio. What's the other popular one right now? Satisfactory, is that it? I almost bought that. All right, let's get me off here. Okay. I think the sound might have dipped out there for a second, sorry. Good old level 6. I love the level 6 colors. Probably my favorite. I remember, so I played a lot of Tetris in my lifespan. Remember when I first started playing Classic, I didn't know the difference between like scoring on 18, 17, and level 16. I just picked 16 because I thought it looked cool. So I think someone, I remember, because I was streaming at the time, someone let me know that you might as well start at level 18 because level 16, 17, and 18 are all the same speed. That can't be said for 6, 7, 8, but Yeah, I dig the colors. It just gives me old school Nintendo vibes. Either way, Carol with a pretty clean stack. Yeah, I know Shock can certainly throw down in zone battle, but Classic is another beast, and Carol's kind of crushing it right now. But it is a tie game, which means Shock is also crushing it. I think Shock generally will stack pretty conservative, which will lend itself well to Classic score attack. Left well. I think at this speed, left well is okay. When you do eventually become a pro at this mode, though, you are going to want to have a right well, because the long bar, the eyepiece, the eye bar, the long eye bar piece favors the right well, so you can actually get it to the right side faster than you could the left side, which is a good piece of advice for those of you grinding Classic. Also, I am nobody. Hope you're doing well. Oh, that's right. Steam Decks are finally able to be bought in Australia as well. When was that? I forgot they were kind of like region locked to some degree. Steam Deck is great. It's a great piece of hardware, in my opinion. Because I'm a PC gamer as of recent years, right? And it's nice to have that to be able to play my games on the go. As much as I like my Switch. Two weeks ago? Got it. But we have a pretty good game here. Shock is moving a bit faster, so does have a line lead, which means Carol isn't like super behind on efficiency or anything like that. It is getting a little hairy though, yeah, kind of tough for decision making on Carol's side, but we'll see if she can burn out of this. Meanwhile, Shock is keeping it nice and clean. What's new in Classic Tetris land? Have any of you watched the dog playing Tetris getting the rebirth, or yeah, getting it so that the game rolls back to level 0 after you get past levels 255, which is insane. What else is new in Classic land? I think not too much other than like community tournaments, right? Recently had the Jonas Cup, which Fractal took home first place. I think it's generally good to have a slower season. If you're always on for competition, it can be draining, right? C2WC does so much. And the general Classic Tetris community. CTM and Classic Tetris League, DAS League. So many ways to compete in Classic Tetris. Then, of course, we got Classic Tetris here on Tetris Effect Connected. And Carol and Shock throwing down. Shock is still building on that lead. I think Carol was kind of working through some garbage for a while there, but is getting it down almost all the way to the bottom here. If she can get back into a scoring position, like Classic Tetris, you never know what's going to happen. Shock could top out or something like that. Although it is getting into a point where if Shock does top out, it would be kind of a tough chase down for Carol here. Also, I'm Nobody and Aki, I believe. You should be on deck. I think TiVo wanted extra time to get ready for their match or to get home or whatever they're doing. Yes, we would love to have Quest players join the fray. By the way, playing Classic on Quest is kind of like... It feels so off just because I played a lot of Classic Tetris on the old school Nintendo. Nothing against playing it on the Quest, but there's something about it, like playing Classic Tetris in VR, that's like... It feels weird. Not in a bad way. Yeah, Ferox saying Chalk going all out with the stack, but so is Carol. Carol's Tetris ready. Every Tetris is going to be pretty important for Carol to get caught up. She is behind on lines, like I mentioned earlier, so in theory she should be able to get caught up here, but the gravity is getting a little more intense, so you're going to be a little more pressure to make decisions on the fly, right? I don't believe... Is it too... I'll let Ferox. Ferox is kind of helping me manage matchmaking here. I'll let Ferox decide, but either way, you can definitely hop in our Discord and drop a message in the matchmaking thread, and if we have room, we can get you in. And if you need help, if you're new to Discord or anything, just let us know. We can try to manage it a little bit for you. Ooh, yeah, the speed is getting rough for Carol, so some tough misdrops here. We'll see if she can survive. Not looking like it, but still a nice game from Carol. I just think Shock was crushing it. Doing a really good job of keeping that right well. And feel free to play this out, Shock. I think we're... yeah, so Aki and Nobody, I believe, is up next. Let me check the Discord. Okay, level 15 start. Nice. Yeah, Classic is it's brutal for sure. Because when you make a mistake like you did, it could just be lights out. Either way, nice match, you two. Yeah, Shock with a really good Tetris rate that round. But yeah, up next we're going to have Nobody and Aki. The room code should be in the Discord thread. GG, Carol, and Shock. Okay. Lobby is open here. I believe we're going to do a level 15 start. Get some pastel colors going. Level 15, so yeah, you know how when you when you climb in ranked matchmaking, the level selections are also going to go up, right? So when you start at when you start at 3500 SR, I believe you can choose from level 0 to 5, and then once you get like higher up, that the available level selection will keep increasing. And yeah, once you get over, is it 7,000 or 8,000? You can only choose from level 15 to 18. So 15 is towards the peak when it comes to competitive classic score attack. And yeah, those are also the level selections for our highest level brackets in the ECWC tournaments. Looks like Aki has found their way here. So just waiting on Nobody once you're ready. Reorganize my windows here. There we go. I can see everything. And look, yeah, looks like our Quest 3 player is going to be looking for a match here. Love to see it. The few, the proud, the Quest 3. We have a lot of Quest players on Tetris Effect, but not many that compete in multiplayer, right? So that's always cool to see. Generally, our Quest players will be Going through journey mode, which is probably, if you're playing VR, the best place to play Tetris Effect and see all the effects and whatnot. What am I doing this weekend? This weekend is pretty free. I'm here in Canada right now, so I'll be doing Canadian things. All right. Looks like the match has started. Nova Scotia to be exact. Shout out to any Nova Scotians if there's one out there. Shout out to you. Okay. So nobody already dropping a Tetris here on level 15. Level 15 is pretty intense if you are not a classic competitor. Yeah, classic Tetris, of course, is brutal because the piece will lock in as soon as it touches the bottom, right? In modern Tetris, say you like to play score attack, for example, you're going to be able to wiggle your piece around, and it won't lock in right away. But in classic, it locks in right away. You only have up to one piece preview, and it's totally random. Well, I say totally, but just about totally random before any Tetris enthusiast corrects me. So it's brutal. And it's pretty fast at that, right? But there is, because of how difficult the game is, it's kind of lent itself to an awesome, vibrant community over the years, right? Which I'm happy to be a part of. It's a game that you can always get better at. Okay, so Shock is done. Nobody with a pretty good start here, and Aki on the right has a little bit of catch up to do. You're not going to see too big of line disparities because we already have a pretty fast gravity, right? So typically it'll be more real-time leads than when you start on lower levels. I like Aki's stacking, though. That was a really nice dirty Tetris setup. But no long bar in sight. Oh, I need to turn on the drought counter. I'll try to do that before next game. Because I feel like we're going through a little bit of a drought here. Aki does get it over to the left. Oh, hangs that piece. And we will do a encore match. Early top up there for Aki. Excuse me. But yeah, nobody with a really good game. Yeah, nobody. Despite your decent game right now, if you are willing to top out, we can get a game 2 going here. 19 is really hard on Quest 3, but I'll try my best. Yeah, it is tough, isn't it? Are you using the Quest 3 controllers? I like to use Quest 3 controllers when I play on it, because when I play on the Quest, I tend to play more casually. But it certainly feels more difficult than like using even in another controller, like an Xbox controller or something like that. Falkite, welcome in. I believe Falkite, pretty sure you've been looking forward to this classic score attack showcase, if I recall. I think you caught wind of the last one right after it happened. So welcome in. What is a drought? Yeah, it's an extended period of time without a long bar. So even if you are Tetris ready. Yep, Falkite beat me to it in the chat. Falkite, do you play in any other classic Tetris leagues or anything like that? Tell me more about you as a player. Because I saw you preferred level 19, which means you most likely do play in some other leagues. All right, Tetris for nobody. Off to a good start once again here. Aki with good stacking though, so oh, just missed the left well there. So this is a good matchup. Playing CTM and CTL, nice. Played in like the very first seasons of CTL. I don't think I might have played like one straight season since then, but it's been a while. CTM though, I'd like to play in more CTM. I know they're doing like the DAS Masters now, which is super cool. All right, Tetris for Aki just about tied up. I think it's only pushdown points separating them, so nobody pressing down a little bit. Whether to push down or not to push down has been a mild debate over the years in classic Tetris community. Players like Harry Hong are known to push down, whereas players like Jonas do not necessarily push down. Some rough placements on nobody's side. We'll see if they can downstack their way through this. Nice double burn there. The board is pretty accommodating, so I'm not too worried about nobody, but you never know what kind of piece sequence you're going to get. Oh yeah, that's a good point, Falkite. So yeah, in classic score attack, when you top out, your opponent has 2 minutes to get caught up, which is kind of a nice little spin on the formula for to differentiate classic or Tetris Effect from standard classic Tetris, right? Although you can turn that off, we tend to leave it on just to have a mix-up and to make our official tournaments kind of match the ranked matchmaking experience. Ooh, rough hang for Aki. Oh man, just covered the well. That was so unfortunate. Let's see if Aki... Oh, managed to get the long bar to the left. Oh man, that's too bad. Well, Aki does have the lead. It isn't over until it's over. See if nobody can get caught up here. That should be 2 Tetrises, or Tetris and some change. And there's one. Oh, welcome in, Toad. How are you doing? Worst way to lose in Classic is having a perfect Tetris and then you just never get a... Yeah, I think we can all relate to that logic nuke. That's part of the challenge of classic Tetris as well. You have to not give in to your intuition to... You're like, oh, I haven't got a long bar in a long time, so now I can stack more aggressively, and surely it will show up, right? Whenever you have that thought, you gotta slap yourself a few times in the face and be like, bad thought, because typically that will be your downfall. You got a 35 drought that game. So nice games between Nobody and Aki. Nobody showing up pretty strong here. Hello, Matt. Welcome in. Our lone YouTube chatter who's now connected on the screen. We're all connected when I'm on screen here. Okay. I could always have it so that I think there's a way with Nightbot to have the YouTube chat show up in Twitch and vice versa. Maybe that'd be worth setting up. Especially since the VODs are parked on the YouTube, right? I should make a note of that. Up next, I think we have... is it TiVo? TiVo Night Shadow? Is TiVo back yet? Oh, it's Tetri and Falkite, I believe. Cool. So lobby is open, Falkite and Tetri, when you're ready. I see a nice cat gif on Discord. Thank you, Tetri, for sharing the cute cat jumping around. If you want to see the cute cat jumping around, head to our Discord at discord.gg/enhance. You know what? I think I have a stray scene I never use. And it's perfect because it's classic score attack. Head to discord.gg/enhance to be part of our community showcase. And to just hang out with the general Enhance community, Tetris Effect community, Humanity, Luminous Remastered, Res Infinite, whatever your vibe is. Come chat with us. Happy to have you. And be sure to select that community events rule when you are onboarding, just so that you'll be notified of community showcases if this is your vibe and you want to be a part of it. What an ad. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, this is the ad you see right before Jeopardy starts. You'll see the classic Score Tech Discord ad for sure. All right, I think we're waiting on Falkite when you're ready. Room code is in the Discord. In the Discord at discord.gg/enhance. Let's keep this ad going. All right, looks like Falkite found their way here. Good luck, have fun. We have a cat versus a camel. I guess the camel also has a human on it, so it's like a camel-human combo. We'll see if the cat can take him on. That cat being Tetri, who is tagged as a liar in the Discord. I don't see why Tetri's tagged as a liar, as I believe Tetri has only told the truth. So there's something fishy going on with our moderation team, I believe. No, Tetri tagged himself. Is that true? Is that a... Tetri will let me know if that's the truth or not following this game. Somebody's wrong, and I don't think it's Tetri. Glitchy intro screen? Something up here? Or was it my Discord ad? Oh, maybe I just didn't see the intro. Either way, ooh, rough center board here for Tetri, but let's see if Tetri can work their way through this. Well, Falkite with a pretty strong start, and yeah, Falkite, this is their first community showcase, but as they have let us know earlier, they are no slouch when it comes to classic Tetris. But here's the beautiful thing about classic Tetris, okay? I feel like you always have a chance, even if you're playing less so if you're playing like the modern pros nowadays. Everyone chokes in classic, even at the highest level, so the game is very upset prone. Whereas in like say in zone battle, the chances of me beating the number one ranked player Akashi Robo is like pretty much zero. Actually, with me, it's like 80%, but typically it's 0 for most players, right? However, if I'm playing a top player in Classic, you never know what's going to happen. Like, they might be over-greeting, playing over-aggressive. I don't know, just one like little mistake that just destroys them, right? The game is very, very upset-prone. Of course, at the highest level, you are going to see the top players continue to kill it, but... there's always a chance in Classic, in my eyes, which is part of the draw. Light Rod, you you certainly know that I have 0% chance. Oh, okay, we'll give it a point zero. What's my chance of defeating Akashi Robo in ranked, actually? That's a good science question. I've taken a few rounds before. But they were kind of flukes. So if I've taken a round, maybe like 0.02? 0.02? Alright, Tetri dropping a Tetris. Pretty even Stevens here. Hawkeye keeping it nice and clean. Really nice perception, or just looking ahead, knowing how to utilize that piece preview, setting up that tuck. So Hawkeye is one to watch if you are looking to get better. I think, like, especially with classic Tetris, watching other players, watching the pros is a great way to improve. Personally, when I am watching like CTWC or any of the professional circuits, I will I'll pause the video midway and be like, what move would I make, and see if it's different than the seasoned pros, right? So really just try to follow their movements given the upcoming piece previews, and you can pick up a lot just by watching the top players. Of course, everyone wants to learn differently. If that's not as fun to you, you can just simply hop in, play more. Play more is like the advice you get a lot in the Discord. But there's so many ways to learn this game and improve at it, and that's part of the draw of Tetris. All right, Fall Kite is open for business. This is a close match. I think Fall Kite is probably the favorite here, but Tetri is throwing down. I think Tetri might struggle a little bit more at the higher speeds. I believe Fall Kite is a pretty good tapper. Correct me if I'm wrong after the game. But yeah, given that, I think Tetri's efficiency is looking pretty good here. Yeah. I'm just curious how comfortable Tetri is on higher speeds. So that's really going to kind of be the story, in my opinion. Either way, pretty close. I think efficiency-wise, Tetri might actually be winning. So it's going to come down to Tetri's survivability. Because Fall Kite is playing in the future due to pressing down a bit. And/or it isn't always pressing down, but it could also just be due to how aggressively you're stacking. If you're more comfortable stacking aggressively, you're going to be dropping more pieces because it'll lock in faster at the top than if you were to wait for the gravity to push it to the bottom, right? All right, some great play here from Fall Kite. We are on level 19. Level 19 through level 28 is all the exact same speed. And 29 is the quote-unquote kill screen, the thrill screen, whatever you want to call it. No longer the kill screen, thanks to players like Dog, Miles, Blue Scooty. Insert great player here that makes level 29 look like a joke. Alex T. Ooh, Tetri at the top is going to top out, and Fall Kite is good. Fall Kite, feel free to play it out a little bit as our next group gets ready here. Tetri, feel free to emote while Fall Kite is showing off. And, all right, who do we have up next? Possibly TiVo up next. How many more games do we have? Oh, PH versus Aiken as well, okay. We're kind of flying through these matches. Might have time for some encores, actually. All right, GG. It looks like Fall Kite succumbed to who knows what. I didn't see, but 19 can be intense. Maybe going for that max out, so maybe playing a little more aggressively. GG. Well played. GG. All right, who is up next, Ferox? Let's see. PH and Aiken, I believe, right? You are up if you are watching. Looks like PH is in here. Yeah, thanks for playing, Fall Kite. To use the CRT timings, yeah, it could be tough. It also depends on your home setup, TV, etc. Might add a little latency, but yeah. What are you playing on a Fall Kite? Are you playing on PC? Because with PC, you can get it pretty darn near perfect. Maybe like 1 or 2 hertz. If you're looking for advice, I know Hufflepuffus can get it pretty darn near perfect. So yeah, once Aiken is ready, I'm going to restate the question I had earlier because I am a gamer. But anyone playing any new games as of late? I'm going to be checking out Rogue Flight from Truant Pixel on my Steam Deck this weekend. I was looking to get another. Oh, I've been playing Overcooked. I played Overcooked 2, but not 1, so we were playing through Overcooked 1. I've never played Hades, actually. I'm pretty sure I would like it. It's just too many good games. Mario Maker 2. Oh, I haven't played that in a long time. I saw the new Sonic games out, those Sonic Generations with Shadow or something. I think it showed up in my email. Yeah, I think Hades would be a good game to play on my Steam Deck. For a game like that, a game I know I would probably spend a lot of time on. I always try to time it with like a vacation or extended weekend or something. There's another early access game, Windblown, I think, from the Dead Cells developer. That looks super cool because it's co-op. So I'll probably get around to playing that at some point. I don't always hop into early access games, just because it's early access, but I might try to hop into that. Is Aiken around? Oh, Aiken's opening the game. Okay. Okay. More classic score attack action coming your way. Looking like we might be out on time today. We're crushing it. So yeah, whoever was looking to hop in and play some games, you should be able to, as long as we can find you an opponent. So Andmind and Mr. FAQ. Perhaps you two could play against each other. Yeah, Andmind's at 7K rating. Mr. FAQ is really good at Classic, though, as long as Andmind is down for it. All right, looks like Aiken is in the lobby. And when you are ready, good luck, have fun. Look at that T-spin spin. Oh, it looks like Aiken's switch closed the game. So we might need to reset this lobby. Shake my head, Aiken. That might work out because I want to turn on the drought counter, actually. Yeah, my game is still soft locked. I'm gonna just Alt F4 here. Aiken is going to make me eat my words, trying to extend this past the 7:30 mark, or 8:30 mark here. All right. So making a new lobby and posted it in the Discord. Almost ready. I always forget where the there it is. Classic Score Tech HUD. So actually, if you go to the graphics menu, let me just show this in case anybody wants to enable this on their end. But if you go to the graphics menu, oh, where's my game? There it is. If you go to Classic Score Tech HUD, by default it's set to off, but you can set that on, hit apply, and that will enable the Tetris rate as well as the drought counter, which is to mimic kind of the broadcasting setup for the Classic Score Tech, or the Classic Tetris World Championship Series. Can't talk tonight. Time for bed. Okay, so let me get this lobby set up here. All right, code is in the chat here. And PH and Aiken, once you're ready, we'll hop into it. All right, good luck, have fun. Been queued that long? Did you have trouble loading the lobby? Sometimes, yeah, just make sure you don't have a dead lobby. Always recommend rejoining sometimes. Okay. PH and Aiken. Good luck, have fun. Good old level 8 start. Matches the level 18 colors, which is what my eyes are the most tuned to. Probably spent the most time on this color scheme when playing Classic. But yeah, in Classic Tetris, I guess some advice or some tips for players that may be less accustomed to Classic. So yeah, you definitely want to have your well kind of gravitating towards the right side, as getting a long bar to the right side is a little easier. Typically, with that, you can maybe stack with a little bit. This is advice to give or take, because this isn't always correct. There's Classic Tetris is dynamic. There's not always one correct answer or way to play. But generally, stacking with like a slope from left to right, having a higher left and a lower right. Make sure your center isn't too high, because that will like kind of force you to stack awkwardly to the left and right of the center, right? I think, at least for beginners, having a bit of a slope from the left to the right side is always very helpful and will help you with your piece dependencies. Speaking of piece dependencies, yeah, let's try to minimize just setting up Tetris wells, or not so much Tetris wells, but don't have more than one is what I'm getting at. You don't want too many long bar dependencies, as that could spell disaster quickly. Ooh, Aiken. Oh, that square hang. And Aiken will top out. PH is good. You're welcome to top out and do another game here. All right. And that shows how brutal Classic is. One hang can be the end. Oh, Mario Maker 2 matchmaking. Is that what you mean by MM2? I forgot there was like a versus in that mode, or in that game. Oh, I pinged the wrong Aki. Whoops. Oh, did you guys want to play another game? Aiken and PH? We have plenty of time if you do. All right, they're hopping back into it. It is first to one, by the way, if you are listening in PH. It's just, it's first to one, but if we have a short game, we'll extend it, as there is no true winner in these matches. I mean, there's a winner, but you know what I mean. Nothing's on the line. All right, good luck, have fun. Got a level 9 start, getting spicier. Despite that, Aiken is still pressing down. Does have a misdrop. But it's a nice burn here. Has that right well open. How did Nintendo quote unquote kill the game with Mario Maker 2? I would have guessed that it would still be pretty popular. Am I wrong? Ooh, PH with a high long bar dependency here. Does get the long bar. So with that, should be able to burn down a little easier. Ah, I see. So they just, in a way, don't support the game due to lack of updates. That's kind of surprising, because I feel like that game would benefit from, like, one little update could go so far with the like the creator, right? I say that as someone that works on the game Humanity, right? Like the Machines update, for example, like adding some extra tools does so much for the game. The same would go for Mario Maker. All right, Aiken with a little bit of a lead does have some messy board to work through. Is doing a good job so far. Could set up for a dirty Tetris. Decides to do so. We'll see if that. Ooh, there it is. Dirty Tetris for Aiken. Aiken with the left wheel. I like that decision. Okay, fortunately gets that long bar. That was a moment of brilliance to set up that horizontal burn there. It was still a bit tricky to get the to determine that final, or how to finish that burn, right? I think that seemed like a pretty high level setup. So Aiken has some good ideas going on in that brain. Meanwhile, PH has to burn through some messiness here. So pretty close. Neither player is Tetris ready, so at this point, yeah, survivability comes first. Ooh, kind of a rough sequence there for PH. We'll see if PH can kind of figure out how to work through this. So far, so good. And Aiken manages to get a Tetris in the middle there, one row up. Nicely done. Oh yeah, Shock. Yeah, and that goes for anybody. I do see we're talking about Mario Maker, but yeah, NES happens to work on a UGC, user-generated content game. That is Humanity, and a lot of people mostly will play through the story mode and may not touch the user-generated content section, but I highly recommend it. And the community there is just awesome. Being able to talk to all the creators and stuff like that. So if that's your vibe, totally recommend it. Ooh, Aiken does top out, but does have a lead. 35k lead is pretty significant, given PH's situation here. Oh man, this high center too, so yeah, gonna have to make some tough decisions on the fly. And looks like Aiken will take it. GG. Nice game. All right, so up next, who is up next? Is TiVo ready? TiVo Night Shadow. GG's PH, thanks for making it out, per usual. Happy to have you. I don't play Classic, okay. Not sure what you're insinuating there. I think I just saw you playing Classic, Aiken. It's great seeing a ton of creativity that people have, 100%. That's one of the coolest parts of the user-generated content side of the game, right? The same goes for Mario Maker. I've seen some crazy things in Mario Maker. So we might have TiVo up next, I believe. TiVo and Night Shadow. I don't know if TiVo is here. Looks like TiVo might be offline. If not, maybe we can get another game going here, Ferox. What are our other matches? That's our last scheduled match, and then maybe we could do And Mind and or Mr. FAQ. All right, looks like Night Shadow found their way here. What is Night Shadow's rating? 47, okay. If TiVo is not available, we could possibly do... who was it again? Mr. FAQ and mine. Oh, Diaz wants to play. Diaz, can you remind me of your rating? Yeah, there's a daily playlist update on the user-generated side. And if you really want to, you can see every stage in the New Arrivals playlist. If you're looking for the Wild West. Yeah, Light Rod is very familiar with humanity if you have any questions about the game as we play Tetris here. Oh, no worries. We do park all those on the YouTube. But, so yeah, if you're like a creator and want to see your stage highlighted and shared in the Discord, you could always check it out on the VOD. Yeah, Diaz, let us know your classic score. 5150. $51.50 for Diaz. We could have Diaz play against Night Shadow. As much as I love TiVo. Okay. Yeah, let's do Night Shadow and Diaz. If Diaz wants to hop in, we are ready for you, actually. And the room code should be just above your first message in the Discord, Diaz. Then, of course, tomorrow is the Weekend Ritual. I believe we have the classic Weekend Ritual. I do know what the avatar is. The avatar is related to our humanity. not directly related to humanity, but I'm just trying to provide a hint. It is... I'm trying to think of a way without really spoiling it. Let's see. It is a spooky avatar. So it's related to the... We have a spooky stage jam in humanity. I don't think of it as too spooky, though. It's mildly spooky. Alright, so Diaz on the left, Night Shadow on the right. Good luck, have fun. Yes. If you are afraid, you may not want to play the Weekend Ritual and unlock the spooky avatar. Only for brave Tetris players. Then yeah, if TiVo does show up a little bit late, if anybody else around that level, whether it's Night Shadow or Diaz, wants to play another match, we can always match TiVo against you. Or Carol or Shock, if you are looking to play another match. All right. So we got a level 9 start. Diaz drops that Tetris, taking the lead. Night Shadow with a bit of a messy board. This double long bar dependency. Ooh, that square hang too. Not looking too good. We'll see if Night Shadow can pull some heroics off. Almost. That was some good decision making, but just a little bit too high on the board. And Diaz will take the game. You're welcome to do another round. Diaz and Night Shadow. Diaz getting that Tetris before topping out. Nicely played. As you can see, we have that classic score attack HUD turned on. You can see that we only had a 7... Or, I'm sorry, Diaz was in the midst of a 7 drought. But you can also see their Tetris rate. TRT stands for Tetris rate. The amount of Tetrises per the amount of lines cleared. So if you have 100% Tetris rate, you've only scored Tetrises. 50% means you've had 50% of your lines cleared with Tetrises. But yeah, in addition to the weekend ritual, we got connected versus going on. I know we have a lot of avid. Oh no, Night Shadow. No. I'm down. Okay, we can do one more even if you want. It's up to you too. But yeah, that was a pretty early top out. Not Club 0 though. Club 911, baby. Call the cops. Club 0 refers to getting 0 points in classic score attack, and the best players in the game will even join Club 0. Just goes to show how brutal this game is. Ooh, level 7 colors. So Night Shadow, I don't know if this is preference or it's just sometimes it's the way the pieces just line up, but it seems like Night Shadow is going for these left whales, which is interesting. All right, Tetris for Night Shadow. Diaz set up for a T-spin triple. Unfortunately, this is the 1989 version of Tetris, and that is not possible. But either way, with that setup, you can still get a nice double burn. And does get a Tetris. Nicely done for Diaz. Only behind by 8K now. So Diaz, yeah, sometimes like, it is, I don't know if this is what Diaz did, but this is something I like to do. Sometimes you don't need to press down. You can just think through the current situation. Maybe try to figure out the best place to place your upcoming, the piece in your piece preview before you decide to soft drop your current piece, right? I do see that players often do try to rush, and really you're going to get the best value. I say that, but on these earlier levels too, you do get a lot of value out of pushing down if you do want to force like a 2-minute timer or something like that. But generally, yeah, take your time. Efficiency will pay off. With that being said, both players are playing pretty efficient. Ooh, Night Shadow up high here. Oh, cover the well. Let's get a line clear. Oh man. Okay, gets the long bar. Not to put pressure on Night Shadow by feeling the pressure here. Aw, man. No long bar in sight, and Night Shadow will top out. And Diaz is going to take it. GG. Alright, with that, that will be the end of this set. But nice games. Night Shadow and Diaz, thanks for making it out and playing. Classic is brutal. Okay. So, I believe TiVo is here. We can maybe get TiVo versus... we have time, but you would have to rejoin. We might get TiVo versus somebody else that has already been playing. So if you're around TiVo's skill rating and want to play, just let us know in the Discord. We might be able to match you up. Which I believe is like 45 or 4,700 around there. I might be wrong. Welcome in, TiVo. How was your day? Okay, who's up next? Should we do Andmind and Mr. FAQ? Or Ferox, if you want to play against Andmind, I'd be happy to play against Mr. FAQ. Something like that. But if anyone else wants to play that hasn't played already, don't be shy. Looking for a matchup for a 7K player and an 8700 player. Okay. Ferox, what is your classic rating? I feel like you might be a sleeper in classic. I never think of you as a classic player, but welcome in, Mr. FAQ. Ooh, excuse me. Ferox, how about you play against Andmind? Then I can play against Mr. FAQ. I feel like we're pretty similar in skill level. Oh, you're 8620. I see, okay. Do we have anyone around 7K that wants to play another game, even if you already played? You can match against Andmind. Looks like Aki can play if we want to do Aki and Andmind, and then Ferox versus Mr. FAQ. I think that'd be good. Let's do that. I'll ping the right Aki this time. I hope I pinged the right one. Okay. Oh, sorry. I'm I'm skirting around the bot, Ferox. Probably messing up your system here. Life stuff, no worries. Tetris can come second. Not a problem. But now I am happy that our hype man TiVo is here to play some Tetris with us. But yeah, and mine when you're ready. I think we can hop into it. What else is new? If you are just tuning in, be sure to stop by our Discord at discord.gg/enhance. That's where we organize our community showcase and talk about whatever, but typically enhance games. Let me plug it in the Twitch here. Oh yeah, also a newer thing. We're working on a newsletter, and we want more subscribers. So I'm going to keep plugging links in the chat. Newsletter. Yes, subscribe to the Enhanced newsletter. I don't know about you guys, but I tend to get like a lot of gaming news from my email newsletters and stuff like that, whether it's Steam or wish list, stuff like that. But there's some newsletters I follow for like some games like Overwatch or company newsletters. I'm trying to think of another one. Oh, I follow one for like an RTS game called Stormgate, stuff like that. But I always like browsing newsletters. So if you want to see some cool newsletters from us in the future, be sure to subscribe. We're going to be working on that. And mine, are you ready? Let's see. One moment. Okay. Yeah, no rush. There we go. We got and mine on the VR. You can see when somebody's playing. Here, I'll show you. You can see when somebody's playing VR, they have the headset on. So, and mine tuning in on the Quest 3. And then, yeah, you can pick the one-player slot in mine, and we'll be ready to go. Good luck. Have fun. Oh, yeah, I'm excited for Tetris Forever as well. From the Digital Eclipse team. Which a lot of my teammates on the Enhanced Publishing team are familiar with them and have worked with them in the past, so they are friends of Enhance. It is not part of Enhance, no. They're also, yeah. They also are a licensor under the Tetris company, if that makes sense. I think Aki should be good with level 15 here. I think Aki said 15 is fine. 18, it'll top out by 200k. All right, there we go. Good luck, have fun. Oh, no. Tetris Forever is a separate title. I don't know if you played other Digital Eclipse games. Oh, my camera's still on. But they also do some other like docu-series kind of games. There's one I've been meaning to get. It's about, is it Jeff Minster or something like that? But it seems super cool. My other coworker, CJ, I remember we met up with somebody from Digital Eclipse at the Game Awards last December. And we're talking about that project, but it seems pretty cool. Oh, you know what it was? It was Day of the Devs. They had a demo up at Day of the Devs, I believe. But yeah, I don't know if any of you watched the Jonas Cup that CTWC put on. Tetris Forever was promoted there, and yeah, there's some cool like even Tetris community history within the game, which is awesome. Like shout outs to CTWC and the timeline and stuff like that. Yeah, I wish I could have gone to Jonas Cup. It just didn't work out with my schedule, but yeah, it looked really fun. Because I like to play that old school play style, right? So totally up my alley. Yeah, Alex, he won the CTWC 2024 main tournament. And as for Jonas Cup, the DAS playstyle tournament, delayed auto shift, which means like holding left or right, not necessarily tapping the pad or rolling like the popular playstyle now, but that was won by Fractal. Sorry for spoilers, but I think we're past the point of spoilers. It makes sense that Fractal to hold the controller like that though, just because if that's the way you're used to it, you could still like, if you think about it, you could use DAS with like the weird tapping grip. There's just no one does, but yeah, Fractal doing a great job. One of the greatest to do it. All right, well, let's check in on this game here. Nice triple from Andmine. Maintaining this right wheel. Aki also on this right wheel does drop a Tetris, ready for another one, gets another long bar. So Aki with a good lead. We did see Aki versus Nobody earlier, and I think Aki had some really good stacking habits, just ran into some rough misdrops at the wrong time. Tetris for Andmine, this is certainly, at this level, Tetrises are worth more, so you can certainly get caught up. About 4 to 5 Tetrises, and Andmine will be in the lead if Aki runs into any trouble, so still early on. When you start on level 15, the level will transition at line 100. At 100 lines, players will enter level 16. And yeah, from then on out, every 10 lines, players will level up. And just as a reminder, level 16 to 18 is the exact speed, or same speed. However, 18 will score higher just because score is dependent on your level. And then 19 through 28 is the same speed. But neither are ahead on lines currently, so this is a true lead for Aki. But hey, Andmine did manage to get caught up a little bit here. Does have a interesting board. I like the placement so far, though. Nice, getting that square to the left. Open up. No long bar, though. Oh, man. It looks like Aki's going to top out. If, I think both players are running into the same drought. Oh, doesn't get that far. The LP's over. And that will be it. GG. That was a good round. That was close. All right. Do we have time to... You guys can do one more. I feel like that was kind of short. It's up to you guys. Otherwise, we'll hop into our next game. It was like 5 minutes on the dot. Usually I use the 5-minute mark as the metric for if I want to do another match or not. So you're at the cusp. So you're welcome to do one more. And then, yeah, we'll get Mr. FAQ and Ferox up next, I believe. Aiken posting a clip to the Discord just now. Looking, it looks like the players last round stacked the exact same at the beginning, which is always cool to see. Tetris saying, "Mr. FAQ, please win." I don't know if anyone is as much of a Ferox hater than Tetri out there. All right, nice Tetris for Andmine. Taking the lead this time around. Some really nice stacking decisions. Yeah, look at that high left. I love this slope here. A little bit jagged in the middle, but yeah, some burns will fix that right up. And Tetris for Andmine. our resident VR player. But this is neck and neck, only 285 points separating players, just one line clear pretty much. DHT incoming. Yeah, DHT standing for drought. So yeah, that is under the speed level, where you can see the Tetris rate and the drought counter. If you need proof that you were not getting a long bar for a while, you can back that up with the drought counter. Yeah, never trust the game to give you a long bar. If you're like, alright, it's been a while, I should get a long bar if I stack aggressively. That is incorrect. The game does not like you. It is not going to give you long bars when you want it. So always stack safe, always be ready to burn. Oh, that's a rough placement for Andmind. We'll see if Andmind can work their way through this. No. And yeah, an earlier top out there for Andmind. But hey, some really nice stacking from Andmind, showing good fundamentals. But even if you have good fundamentals, what is hard about classic Tetris is the execution. Yeah, a few misplacements and a few misdrops and you'll be toast. Okay, so up next we're going to have Mr. FAQ and Ferox. Ready to hop in. And if we have time, I guess we could do one more match with TiVo if we have an opponent for TiVo. And then that will be it. All right. It should be an interesting matchup. I know Mr. FAQ can throw down in Classic. But Ferox, I know, has practiced Classic in the past for the Trifecta format in TECWC, where you need to be pretty much good at every game mode in order to win, which Super Shocky managed to do the last 2 years. But I feel like Super Shocky will have some really tough competition for the next Trifecta go-around, as players are getting better at Classic. Players are just getting better in general. Ooh, we have a double horse combo. Look at that. Horse versus horse action. Good luck. Have fun. Oh yeah, you got the bats. I think the bats, if I'm not mistaken, is tied to the full moon, right? Classic during the full moon. I'm pretty sure. 5 wins full moon, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I've had the horse avatar forever now. I used to switch it around a lot, but I guess due to some enhanced memes in the past, I've just been stuck on the horse. I say stuck. I'm a proud horse avatar user. Mr. FAQ with a cleaner open. This is level 18, so I gotta be pretty careful once you approach the middle of the board here, as like one mistake will... Oh! A mistake like that. As Ferox drops the sweat. I don't know. Can Ferox get over? You could probably quick tap that, but doesn't even go for it. So we're going to have an early top out there for Ferox. We'll go into game 2 here. Too easy. What's too easy, Tetri? Level 18? All right. Can I play against Tetris after? We could have a Tetris. We'll have a community showcase where it's just Ferox versus Tetris, a trifecta show match. I don't know if anyone else is okay with that. All right. Good luck. Have fun. Now we should do a Tetris versus Ferox quad effectra match. We'll do like a bonus custom game setting. It's gonna be the greatest Tetris match of all time. Or I guess you'd want to do best of 5. So quintuple. I don't know. Anyone good at playing with words? I can do a 5 version of trifecta. Please drop it in the chat. All right, Mr. FAQ stacking really nicely here. Yeah, Mr. FAQ's competed a fair amount in Classic, not just on TEC. I don't know if Mr. FAQ does so much anymore, but yeah, just an all-around great Tetris player. Pentafecta. There we go. Yeah, we'll have a Pentafecta showdown. The thing about trifecta, though, is that it's like... Trifecta is a word, so it's a kind of a nice... Not a pun, but yeah, play on words there. I don't know if there's an equivalent necessarily within Tetris Effect lore. Ooh, Mr. FAQ is up high. Gets a nice burn. I think Mr. FAQ is able to quick tap if we get that long bar. Oh, there it is. Oh, no. And, Ferox is good for game 2. We can do one more game. Let's make it a best of 3 here, I guess. Mr. FAQ's greatest fan, Tetris, is crying in the chat. That was an interesting open for Ferox to accommodate that long bar. Kind of like that. So Ferox is Tetris ready first, but won't be able to capitalize on it. Mr. FAQ, despite kind of a interesting open, was able to fill out that center and set up a nice double, well now a triple well, but looking to fill this in. There we go. It's a nice piece, nice single burn to be Tetris ready. And simul Tetris. Just Mr. FAQ with a few more burns, but I think Ferox is going to have to take some burns, it looks like. Oh man, those placements. See if Mr. FAQ can make their way out of this. Yeah, that was tough. Okay, both players... Mr. FAQ still almost won that because Ferox, I'm not sure what Ferox was doing either. Both players in trouble there with this scrappy best of 3 set. Yeah, what is this RNG? I can't talk tonight, but GG's. As much as I want this amazing set to continue, we'll probably get our last game and call it a night here. So we'll need a match for TiVo, right? You could do TiVo versus Diaz, if you two are okay with that. I saw Diaz was ready to play. Or someone like Shock. I think Shock might still be hanging around. All right, yeah, let's do TiVo versus Diaz to finish up the night then. pretty good showcase so far. No no transition from Ferox and Mr. Epic Q, but you'll have that. But yeah, not to take away from the players. Players are great. Classic Tetris. I've said it probably 10 times tonight. It's just it's a rough rule set, no matter how good at Tetris you are. And speaking for myself personally, there's some days where Classic just clicks, and some days where it's like I am going to be topping out early every time. It's an ebb and flow to it. All right, looks like Diaz and TiVo are in here. Diaz is showing off the bat avatar as they mentioned. All right, when you two are ready, I'm ready. Good luck, have fun. Is it bats or is it three? It could be 3 vampires that transformed into bats. And TiVo with the Van Helsing Vampire Slayer avatar. I'm just adding lore to this matchup here. So we got Van Helsing versus 3 vampires. Good luck, have fun. Vampires are so real, Tetri. What do you think? Do you think it's all a ruse? Why would somebody lie about vampires? Does anyone here watch the show? What is it? Is it We Live in the Shadows or What We Do in the Shadows? It's like a mockumentary, almost like The Office with like vampires. It's pretty funny. All right, double for Diaz. This is a classic matchup. I think these two players have played in the past. I'm pretty sure it was these two. Was it on our last Classic Showcase where these two had a super close match? So we'll see if that trend continues. Yes, Diaz. I feel like that was the right move. Thinking about what to do with that square piece. Throw it to the right. You can burn later. Yeah, don't be afraid to throw pieces over your well to just create a safer burn. Albeit, yes, you won't be able to score a Tetris for a little bit. It will kind of allow you to create a nice horizontal burn and get back to your Tetris. Scoring sooner than later. Alright, some nice stacking there for Diaz. Getting a few Tetrises. And yeah, TiVo trying to solve this center setup they have. I think good choices so far. There's a lot of ways you can go about this. Decides to throw the T piece into it. I like it. And then we have this nearly a Tetris setup here if we get a... okay, TiVo going for that single skim. Very nice. Not quite Tetris ready. Decides to... Okay, does get a Tetris. Meanwhile, with a few long bar dependencies, we'll see if TiVo tries to plug up any of these. Meanwhile, Diaz looking nice and clean on this right well. There we go, Tetris for Diaz. Some rough placements from TiVo. However, if TiVo can manage to... Oh! Oh, he almost did it. That would have been so cool. I was like, if TiVo could manage to get a piece in there, that would have opened up the Tetris well. But Not quite. Nice double skim, though. If Tivo can survive, like, there's a Tetris waiting. Yeah, that was close. Yeah, ideally would have an L piece for that side. Nice square tug, actually. So Tivo making some really good on-the-fly decisions here, given the situation. Okay, sets off for the double. Yeah, Diaz isn't out of the woods just yet, because Diaz is running some issues up high here. Oh my god, that placement. That's unfortunate. I was going to say, if Tivo managed to get out of this, that they might have a chance, given that Diaz is also in some trouble, but looks like Diaz will take it. You're welcome to play one more game, you two, before we call it. All right. Yeah, that was close. Yeah, Tivo, you had some pretty good decisions from up high there. I think it's just a matter of being there in the first place. You had some rough misdrops on the right there, but I like where your head's at. Send it. Also on these lower level starts, we get to see the... so there's different background animations depending on the level you're on. So I don't always get to see this background. Because for many of our tournament broadcasts, we'll start from level 15 to 18, so we don't get to see the 0 to 9 phase. And also the music's different from 0 to 9, right? All right, Diaz doing a nice job keeping this right well open. Oh, not the best time for that double square on Tivo's side. We'll see if Tivo could get a nice solve here. I like this. So waiting for this. Yeah, it doesn't get the J piece. It's probably the best move just to work down, kind of like what Tivo's doing here. Still early on here. If Tivo can just get back to a Tetris friendly board, then who knows what could happen. Meanwhile, Diaz keeping it nice and clean, taking their time. Double S piece for Tivo. A little bit of a combo here to bring things down. All right, Tetris forward, Diaz. Still early on, only 16 lines deep. Anything can happen in classic Tetris. Love learning things you don't notice. Yeah, sometimes when you're not the one at the driver's seat, because when you're playing Tetris, you're gonna be worrying about the execution in addition to like strategy, right? So you might not be able to notice some strategies when you're actually the one playing. But with that being said, if anyone has any questions about classic Tetris or anything Tetris Effect related, don't be afraid to ask in the chat. Ooh. Kind of a... Okay. Oh, Tivo has a T-spin. Very nice. Oh! That rotation was unfortunate for Tivo, but... you know what? It actually, in a way, kind of worked out. I'll see if Tivo can access this bottom left hole there. That'd be big. All right, Tetris ready. I'll give Tiva that long bar. We want to see it. We want to see it. No, do it. Do it. No. No. I was hoping. I was praying that we would see that long bar for Tiva. That will be the end of the game, though, and Diaz, you are good. GG's. Happens to all of us, TiVo, with that drought. The poorly timed drought for TiVo. But, yeah, that's going to be it for our Community Showcase. So thank you, everyone that took your time to play with us tonight. And we even had some new players. Fall Kite, pretty strong classical player, joined us tonight. So, yeah, thank you all for playing. That was a lot of fun. I think next week... What is next week? I say this every time. Let me double check. Are we back to Connected Versus next week? Classic, Score Tech. Yeah, I think we're playing Connected Versus next Friday. So, yeah, if you're looking to team up, join forces. If you are not against teaming up, if you don't play well with others and you just want to be a boss, you can be a boss next week as well. But generally, we'll just get a group of 4 and we can rotate boss and team if you want to play both. And yeah, be sure to join next week. I think Connected Versus, we can certainly get in a lot of players for that. So don't be shy. And yeah, looking forward to it. There is not a full moon hangout, but hey, you're always welcome to hang out in our Discord voice channels during the Connected Versus or whenever. So be sure to join the Discord at discord.gg/enhance. And yeah, chat with us there. TEC your life away, says TiVo. But yeah, we'll see you all next week. Thanks for joining. Anybody to raid here on the Twitch channel? Let me see. Let me see. Check the Tetris category. Nobody I'm following is on. I think we might just call it there. Yeah, we'll call it there. So, all right. Thank you, everybody, for hopping in. And we'll see you next week. Be there for Connected Versus. It'll be a blast. And, yeah, have a good weekend. And hang out with us in Discord if you're looking to Tetris it away. Tetris your life away, as Tio said tomorrow. So, all right. Bye-bye, all.